I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Moonvale is here. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Thank you for having me. I'm Moonvale, and I also go by Kitsu. I'm a VTuber. I play lots of Dead by Daylight. It is my main game. I'm a P100 Legion and Sable main at the moment.
Well, I just watched, not that long ago, you did have a Dead by Daylight stream, and I was watching a little bit of it. And to say that it sounds like to me you've got the whole thing memorized. I don't know the person you were on with, but you were basically a walking encyclopedia about what was going on.
For last night I was teaching someone some things, so it's a lot to learn.
The game developers need to get a hold of you in case they forget something. They don't need a user's guide like they used to give out to little games. Just get in touch with you. So what brings you first to VTubing in general? What brought you in?
So I used to do cosplay streaming. I would work on cosplay on stream, and then I would play games in cosplay on stream. I do that sometimes still, but I just got tired of, coming home after work. I would stream after work. I work full time. Yeah. So I would be too tired of oh man, I just don't want to do this anymore. And then I found a way to make a 3D model. So I just made one, and then I kind of fell into a hole. So here I am.
Well, is it cheaper to update your model than to do the full cosplay, or is it easier, or is it work both ways?
It's both. I mean, cosplay is expensive. I make all of my cosplays. But it's fun to be able to have a character. I love the character that I have. She is based off of me, so she's still kind of me.
Yeah.
But I do have a lore story as well. But she, it's fun. I'm able to still be myself. I can have a lot of fun, get a lot of cool artwork. So I really enjoy it.
Yeah. I need to ask you about the cosplay stuff, because folks who get into this are some of the most creative people I've ever talked to. Because you guys, in order to make the costumes, you have to use everything at your disposal to come up with these things, especially if there's a lot of props or something involved. When did you get started in it, and what really brought you to the cosplay?
I started in cosplay before I knew really what it was. Back in I want to maybe it was 2004. I got a Tamari cosplay from Naruto. Ooh. And my mom get it for me off of eBay. And I wore it. I even wore it to high school. So it's just something that I did, costumes and whatever. Mm-hmm. And then eventually I went to my first con in 2011, and then I was I had a really great time. I want to make my own. Yeah. So then I started making my own. I started to do competing. So I've competed before. Yeah. And I have so much fun getting in cosplaying characters that I love, and then sharing what I've made with people, because then they love it too.
That's the biggest thing, for me, it would always be sharing it with other people. And yes. There's one thing for doing something for yourself, but now you're kind of getting out there, and now other people get a chance to see you, and you have to read the expressions on their faces and stuff. I've already scared myself off a long time ago. But so did you have any trepidation going out and showing yourself off, basically, or was it easy to merge in with the crowd?
It was easy for me. It's fun. I pick a lot of characters that I vibe with. It's easy for me to slip into a character and just have fun with it. So it people, and especially people who might love that character as well, that are like, oh my gosh, I love your cosplay. You know what I mean? If it's something that's like well known versus, even to something that's like maybe a little more obscure, um, it's a lot of fun, and being able to talk with people about it.
So, is it? Would you rather be cosplaying as a character that is the front person of an anime or what have you, or would you rather cosplay as somebody who doesn't necessarily get all the attention?
I've done both. Both is fun. I usually just pick characters that I like,
Hmm.
and then I just kind of go with that. There's a lot of characters I've done that are maybe the main character, but where they're from isn't like a really well-known media.
Mm.
So like I've done or it's old. So like I've done Jury from Yu Yu Hakusho, and someone was like, "Oh, are you Vaporeon?" And I'm like, "No." So, or I've done Holo from Spice and Wolf. It's a
Yeah.
not the well-known anime, but people are like, "Oh, are you a version of Ari?" And I'm like, "What?
No.
No." So,
Absolutely
but
not.
there's been a lot of people who have noticed, who have known who the characters are as well.
Well, that would be something. I would think that getting that recognition for it and having a character that isn't, you know, doesn't have a lot of beaten path to it would really be fulfilling, because that means that you really caught somebody's attention, and you're kind of on the same wavelength as them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the thing. You remember? Yes, you.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh yes, finally somebody who knows.
the So when you started making your own and working towards that, how tough was it for you to start crafting? Because really, a lot of it is crafting, and then sewing and all. I mean, there's people don't realize the amount of work that goes into doing one of these right.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I've done things that are like super simple, to something that's more extravagant.
Hmm.
Like when I would make stuff, I had people that knew how to sew, so I could ask them for help or guidance, which was nice.
Yeah.
And I've learned from them. I've learned from things, watching other people online, of course, and and just going from there. A lot of it's just trial and error.
Mm.
I've made costumes, and I look back and I'm like, what is that? So then I'll like go back and I'll like fix it up, or touch things up. I've pretty much everything I've made, I've kind of gone back and touched it up.
So do you
Like if I decide to wear it again.
yeah, do you keep the costume after you wear it the one time, or have you used?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. Some folks will use a costume and then kind of use some of the stuff in a different cosplay. Um, but you're keeping your wardrobe.
Yes, I keep everything that I've made. All my cosplays, I still have them. Everything's stored away. Even if I have some that are retired, I still have them.
So what happens? And I don't know if this has happened to you or not. When you've gone to a place and you've cosplayed and somebody else shows up with the same character.
Oh, that happens all the time, especially if it's like a popular character.
Yeah.
Then we just point each other like it's the Spider-Man meme.
And you get more than one, everybody just points at each other for a long
Yeah, then
time.
everybody comes together, and then we can be menaces together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you share tips? Do you compare, get together and compare what you've done with each other, or is it just
Um,
kind of a yeah, yeah, and walk away?
Sometimes it's just a, wave, whatever.
Yeah.
Some people do ask. I've done a panel before when I guested at a con before. I had a panel where I taught how to style wigs. I did kind of like a 101 basic thing of how to style simple wigs to more advanced. And then I've had a lot of friends who've asked me things. I'll tell them anything I know that they can use at their disposal, and if I don't fully know it, maybe I knew a tutorial that I can send their way.
Oh, cool. Ah,
But yes, if people ask, I'll definitely tell them whatever I know and whatever they want to know.
that's just so creative, and I enjoy watching the joy in the faces of the folks who do it, because it seems to be some sort of real satisfaction in having other people recognize what you've done as far as cosplay goes, and know exactly what you're doing, and give you, say, yeah, that's really good. When that happens to you, what type of feeling do you get?
Oh yeah. I it's I don't even know how to describe it. It
Mm-hmm.
like fills me with joy in a way
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't know, because people like if they do happen to recognize who I am, from following, or they've just seen my cosplay run before. Like I've had people know, they're like, "Oh, you're that Tamari," or something,
Yeah,
because I've worn her a lot,
yeah.
you know. So they might remember me, and I'm like, "Ah, yes, it's me." So it's exciting. It's just the best way. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you always been the type of person who didn't mind being in front of people, or did you have to learn that?
Part I've learned it. I
Mm,
think I've had to learn it. Like over time, especially with VTubing, it doesn't come easy. You have to learn how to talk to people and everything like that.
mm.
I've been used to being in front of people because as a kid, I used to do dance. So I did competitions for dance, and I
Oh,
even did it for cheerleading.
wow.
So I have trophies from that. So I it's just something that I've kind of always done, I guess, in a way.
Oh boy, if I did that, the only trophy I'd have would be last place, and
No.
please don't come back to trophies or something like that. You actually hurt the floor. Don't do it again.
No.
But it's being able to express yourself like that.
Yeah.
Um, has to be both, and not only express yourself, but have the recognition while you're doing it. It's got to be fulfilling, and really kind of propels you to do more.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It definitely is a motivator, and maybe a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't worry about what other people view or think." And I'm like, it's not about that. It's about the fact that I still am doing this for me.
Hmm.
Everything that I do is for myself.
Right, right, right.
I get satisfaction from other people who also enjoy these things, and that just fuels me to keep doing these things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's niche, but it's a pretty big niche, and
Oh, yes.
and the people there know what they're doing. I mean, um, I'm sure you see people who are in anything, but kind of go and half do something. Does that bother you if you see somebody who just kind of put out just a little bit of effort toward trying to cosplay and didn't really put a lot of time or heart into it?
Um, That's a tough question. I think maybe yes and no.
Mm,
But you also have to remember the fact that there's a lot of people who don't know how to craft.
hmm.
They don't know how to make things. They're just starting out. So it's okay to buy something. I bought stuff before
Oh,
because I'm
yeah.
like, that's just a simple thing. I don't need to make it. It's just a schoolgirl skirt. I can just go get that. It's
Hmm.
a simple cosplay. I'm not entering it. You know what I mean?
Right,
The
right.
point of cosplay is to still have fun with it.
Hmm.
If you're having fun with it, use the skill level that you have and just keep doing it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether one is better than the other as long as you're having fun.
I was just thinking you mentioned that a bot a bot cosplay, someone who just buys the cosplay. Is that similar to having AI art?
No, 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 not at all. The only way that would be is if you're buying a cosplay and you're trying to enter it and pass it off as your own.
Yeah,
That's not okay.
yeah. I was just thinking, but that's you talk. That same critical eye is being put out there. Did you buy that? Yeah. Is this?
No, some people might not like it, but not everybody knows how to sew, and you
Yeah.
don't have to know how to sew. So
Oh
like if you
boy.
want to go buy that cosplay that you love of that character that you love, do it.
No, some people just can't. I mean, there's some people with hands that don't work that way anymore.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, there's with that background, and getting the model for VTubing. Was it easy for you to come up with the concept, or was it a concept that you kind of used before when you chose this model?
Um, It's kind of a concept I've used before. I have a bunch of characters that I've used. There was another character that I have that I almost used, but I went with this one
Hmm.
because um, when I was doing my IRL streams or face cam streams, I did a makeup look once. I had like a whitish contact.
Hmm.
I had my hair, which is like a really dark blue that fades into like a lighter teal,
Hmm.
and I painted on like these cheek markings, and then I was like, I'll just use that and I'll just work off of it. I love foxes,
Hmm.
so I made her a kitsune.
Hmm.
I gave her two tails because my other one has one, so I was like, let's change it up a little bit. So I know I added all the motifs that I like. I love horns. I have horns. I
Yeah.
love moons. She's got moons all over her, and
Yep.
I wear a lot of black, so the outfit's mostly black.
Yes. So is that a goth black?
It's a little bit gothy with some like maybe like fantasy
Yeah, it's okay.
attached to it. Yeah.
You can confess it if it is to being doing some gothy things. That's fine by me. I mean, I
Yeah.
was I was there in the '80s, when the people really started doing this stuff.
Yes.
I'd show some of these young whippersnappers what goth really was back then.
Yeah.
But the it really does sound like the ability to be creative in this medium is really would be really attractive to you. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of possibilities still of what you can do. And what you were already streaming to start with, but here you've got the chance to kind of continue in a cosplay in a way without having to sit at the sewing machine.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
For,
It's fun because like I can have this character that I'm already dressed in, and I do plan to make the a cosplay of her fully.
yes,
So it's something I plan to work on.
yes. So would you rather? I mean, you've done both now. You've done the face cam and you've done this. Is this much more comfortable for you, VTubing, than face cam?
Um, in the actual comfort sense, yes, because then I can just sit here being myself while I'm in PJs, so I don't have to worry about what I look like.
Right. I mean, but it would it be a deal breaker if you had to go back to doing face cam for a while?
I don't think so. I have a goal right now, and if I do meet it, I said that I would do a face cam stream every Saturday for a month. So
Oh my gosh. So
yeah, so it wouldn't be too bad. It's just not something I want to do all the time. Only because I work full time.
yeah.
I'm tired, so I'm tired a lot, and I don't want to like come home and then get ready all over again and then stream for a couple hours and then just be tired in cosplay.
I
Sometimes I just want to vibe with everybody and chill and just be a goofy anime girl.
I tell you, sooner or later, when us old people take over the VTubing sphere, we're just going to have like nap time.
Yes, come in, come do that.
All right, it's time to take a nap with the old geezer.
Let's do it. There's a lot of like sleeping streams, so do it.
Yeah, but I'd have to keep the noise down in case I snore. That would be terrible. I don't want anybody to clip that.
Snoring ASMR.
That's right. Oh no, there's no ASMR in that snoring. Maybe paint being taken off the walls. That's about it. But, so now that you've got into VTubing for a while, are you comfortable with where you are at the moment, or if not comfortable, maybe that's the wrong word. Satisfied with where you are? Have you gotten to, or did you have that type of goal when you started?
I think everybody wants to make something of it, of course. I mean, of course I do too. I would love to. Honestly, I would love to stream more. If
Mm,
I could, I would stream almost every day if I could.
yeah.
And I think if I did, I maybe might be a little bit further along than what I am, but that's okay. I'm doing what I can that I'm comfortable with and that I have the time to do because it is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, when you do something like content creating, whether it is whatever it is, you
Mm.
usually push out clips, you usually push out videos. You know, you still have to do your content, you still have to push everything out. Everything that's in the background, you still have to go through and put that out, which is another thing. It's not just let's turn on the thing and then we're streaming and we're done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe some people want to do that, and that's completely fine too.
Yeah. Well, there's so many different ways to do it. I mean, that's another
Oh
thing
yeah.
that there's so many ways to, and people are innovating all the time with different ways to do things, which is tremendous that they're able to do that. And I can tell you when you're doing something that involved as and people say, is that a hobby? Is it a job? Well, it goes a little bit beyond a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a good word in the English language to describe it. Um, like I do a lot of these interviews. Obviously, I do lots of them, and I enjoy myself with it. But it's a little more than a hobby now. Um,
Right.
and for someone who does a lot of cosplay and streaming as much as they can during the week, it's a little more than a hobby, no matter how you look at it. Um, do you see things that way?
Yeah, I would say maybe you could maybe a passion.
Mm,
It's something you're passionate about. You love doing it. Is it work? Yes, but because you like it, you're gonna keep doing it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Even if the wife yells at you for doing it, you're going to keep doing it. Just a tip for folks out there: make them happy, so you can do things.
Yes.
So you can do things. That's a good idea. Um,
Exactly.
but the feedback that you get from VTubing is that comparable to the feedback that you've gotten while cosplaying, or is it entirely different?
I do think some of it parallels.
Mm.
As far as like, me going I was just at TwitchCon, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll use this as an example. There's people who know that I cosplay, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's people who know that I do VTubing. I didn't expect people to recognize me for either of them, but they did. So, you know what I mean? That's something that like really warmed my heart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They loved my cosplay. They love that I do VTubing, and there's a lot of compliments that go with both. So I think it does parallel a little bit with each other as far as like being received, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe is the right word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, people have been very kind either way.
How do you deal with that? I mean, it's something that's not expected when you go somewhere and you don't expect to be recognized necessarily for anything. And I know I sure don't, because I don't want anybody to see what I look like these days, or even 40 years ago, I don't want people to look at. But if somebody recognizes you for something and it's unexpected and out of the blue and it's very positive, what do you do besides just kind of grin and go hee?
I I do that for sure. But I just say, well, me, thank you. It's because it's like, what? So it's very exciting, and it definitely is something that like it makes my day.
When you realizing that people are coming back now to not just, I mean, people recognize you for the cosplay stuff before and that, but now they're coming back not only for the model but for your personality along with it, um, maybe a little bit deeper. How does that strike you when you realize that's going on?
Sometimes I don't believe it. So I am like, what? You like me? You know what I mean? And it's not a, oh, let me farm for more compliments. It's just something that, just how I grew up and things like that, and just the life that I've had. It's just shocking to me that people like me for me,
Yeah,
me being myself, because um I don't always put on like an act, like maybe a tiny bit. I'll play into like my lore a bit and like my character a little bit, but
oh, sure.
everything that comes for them is still who I am. How I act on stream is pretty much how I act in real life. I'll say out of pocket things when I'm hanging out normally with people, just as I would on stream. So like having people that, that are into that and like find me funny and think that I'm fun to be around is just I don't even know how to explain it. I'm grateful.
It's your favorite. It's your favorite flavor of icing on an unexpected cake.
Yes, exactly.
And it's the perfect whatever type of icing you like. That's the way it comes
Oh
up.
boy.
Yeah, and
Yes.
and when it does happen, it's a very you really just wonder how they found you. how
How
and
they found me
yeah
and
and
I'm just happy that they stayed
yeah
if they choose to.
yeah because it's still, I mean, with radio it was a different story because you worked at a radio station and people tuned in for the programming a lot of the times rather than who you are. Um, like I did a lot of pre and post game football stuff for college football team, and that's they didn't have any choice. I was going to be there no matter what.
Yeah.
So you could recognize a little bit after that for good and bad reasons. Um, but to have somebody come up to you who you're not, you're not being that person or that character or that doing that job, and then recognizing you from that and saying, yeah, we really enjoy it. That is very hard to put into words.
It is because it's like I don't even know the words. It's just it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Now, when did you get started with Dead by Daylight, or as I call it, being hung on hooks?
So I'm a relatively new player to Dead by Daylight. I had it a while ago, but I didn't know how to play, and I wasn't really taught how to play. And unfortunately, the game does a terrible job of telling you how to play the game. So I didn't know what I was doing, so I was like, I'm just gonna not touch this. And then I came back to it I think I saw a skin that I liked, and I was like, I want that cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I gotta play the game to get the cosmetic. So I just started playing and playing by myself. And then I would have friends that I would play with. So then I would slowly start to learn. And then I just got sucked into it and I never left. So I've been playing for a little over a year. I've been playing for, just a little over a year now. And I do have almost 1,800 hours in the game, which
Wow.
is a lot for somebody who's just started playing.
Well, yeah, and working and VTubing and etc. All that stuff. That's
Doing all that. So maybe shocking to some because I've known people who have had the game since it came out. They're like, yeah, I have maybe like 800 hours, and I'm like, oh.
That's nice.
Well,
Pat them on the
which
head.
is totally fine.
Yeah.
They've been playing longer than me, but somehow I started no life in the game.
Well, I did that when I was younger with a game on the old Commodore 64, where back then we didn't have the internet to rely on.
We didn't.
We couldn't go back and say, how am I supposed to do this? And I had a game that was Might and Magic 1, which for the time was really awesome. I mean, for 1980, whatever it was really awesome. And the problem was I couldn't finish it because I didn't know where to go. So I ended up went to the store and bought a book of graph paper. And I graphed everything in the game until I finally found the finish. I had notes. I could have published a whole book on it.
That's so good.
And I did finally finish it. My characters were so overpowered at the end. The last fight was nothing. Like, you're supposed to finish with characters at level 40. Mine was like 600.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I had games I played on the Genesis, and I've been gaming since I was like 5.
Oh,
it's like I had the Genesis. I've been playing a long time. Yeah, I'm older than I seem, but Sonic was my life then. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? On the
Yeah.
Genesis, on the Super Nintendo, I played all that. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, you couldn't save anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't look anything up. And then the worst part of those games was if you died, that's it.
Yep.
Guess you got to start all over again from the very beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. But those of us who struggled in the old NES to actually
Yeah.
beat Super Mario Brothers, the original.
Yes.
Um, and I did that at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yep.
And I finished it, and people don't realize this, but when you do finish it, it allows you to go to a different set of worlds that are much different as far as the every virtually every animal or any opponent you come up with are those hard shell black things. They change it up, make, and I almost finished that level at the same time. I jumped off a cliff instead of making a jump, and I was on my way to finish it
No.
with a big character. I was going to just walk through it and finish the game. So I called a friend of mine at 4:30 in the morning. He got mad. I don't know why. I woke him up. I beat it. I beat it. I beat it. Don't ever
Yes.
call me again. So I mean, you can get really into things like that, and I don't suggest calling people at 4:30 in the morning, but as long as it's not me, do whatever you want, I guess. Uh, the but I mean, I'm listening to you play this game. You're like, okay, take one step over here, then over there, 270 degrees to the left, and slightly up
Yeah.
from the ground.
Yeah, it is a lot depending on what side you play. But it can be a lot. And I do feel bad when I do tell people who maybe just play casually or only have played a little bit. I'm like, I'm talking too much. I'm so sorry.
I think it's great. I think it's great. I mean, and again, this is a game that if I played it, it would simply be Eric hanging on hooks because I would.
I,
That would be pretty much the whole game. It looks so frustrating to play. Fun, but frustrating.
it can be. You're playing with other people. This isn't a player versus environment game. It's player versus player.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always playing against an actual person.
Yeah.
And if you're not playing with a team, well, you're going against people you can't really speak to in the game. You just have to hope that they're gonna be a team player or know what they're doing to help you. So
leave you to hang on the hook while they finish the game.
yes, I've been left on the hook to die. So yes.
Thanks a lot. Or there's this old cartoon.
Pretty much.
The old cartoon. Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin. No, Daffy Duck line. So besides Dead by Daylight, are there any other games that you enjoy streaming?
I do play a lot of horror games. I used to play a lot of Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I played it when it first came out, so on the PlayStation 2 for those of you who have only played Worlds or Wilds out there. I'm an OG player, the boomer player of it, so I didn't like some of the newer stuff that they had.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten into it. Sometimes, people obviously change. I love Monster Hunter. I always will.
Yeah.
I love Spyro. I was playing I went back to try and play Sonic Adventure 2, and I was like, man, these controls, how did I play this as a kid? This is awful.
Yes. my thumbs don't work like that. How does it?
I'm like, this is terrible controls. I mean, but they are older games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do play a lot of horror. It's fun, which is funny because I used to really be scared of it, but I seem to just really enjoy it and love it now.
After you played Dead by Daylight for approximately 2 years straight.
Yeah, I mean, even before then, I would start to dabble more into horror games. It's fun. Sometimes I'll even hook up my little heart monitor and let people enjoy my racing heart as I freak out.
Just one solid beat for a minute. Just
yeah. Yeah. So they can see how high my heart rate is right now. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, that's mostly what I play, at least right now.
Yeah.
I dabble into other games. I was going back to do some older games like the God of War series. I've
Oh
been
yeah,
playing through that right now.
yeah.
Um, and then the Resident Evil series I've also been playing through. I flip flop between them, but always keep Dead by Daylight right there on the side.
So as a horror aficionado, I think I can call you that because it's a big word and I like using it. Um, would you rather have a horror game that has jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, or no real jump scares, but you're in it for the long con horror?
I think I would rather have it the
Uh,
long haul. Give me that real stuff. It's the same with movies.
mm,
Don't just give me jump scares for no reason. You know what I mean? If you want to throw one in there for like actual part of that makes sense,
yeah,
I want that.
yeah,
But like yeah, give me a good story. Give me a good immersion. Let me actually feel scared. Let me be immersed in a story
yeah, yeah,
that I can follow.
yeah. It is. I mean, it's like there's slasher movies out there if you want to watch it. I mean, there's plenty of those out there, and they're fun on their own level. If you're not, sometimes you don't want to watch Shakespeare. You want to watch things blow up. That's why
Yeah, of course.
that's why I took my stepdaughter out. We went to see Transformers 2, and it wasn't because it's going to be an Oscar winner. we we
Yeah, it's just for fun.
we want robots to blow up, and we saw
Yeah.
them on a big screen. We enjoyed it. And that's, I guess, you have to take it that way with games too. If you're just feeling in the mood to, hack your way through some stuff, and that would be a way to do it. Although Monster Hunter is an interesting game for that. Um, that would be frustrating for me too.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, I do like a lot of hack and slash,
Yeah,
like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, things like that.
yeah,
They're fun, just go in and jump all around everywhere is a lot of fun. I mean, Dead by Daylight's not really like a scary game. I mean, I'll get jump scares, but I play it because it's fun. I do love some of the lore that it has.
yeah.
I love the characters in it. Um, but it's fun, especially with your friends.
Mm.
You can have a lot of funny moments. Even with other games that you play, there's a lot of funny moments that can be had, and you
Yeah,
can have fun together.
yeah, and you can't take yourself overly seriously when you're doing anything like this. It's
No, you cannot.
because then you're kind of ruining it for everybody, including yourself in the long run. Um,
Yes.
you start losing your your fun and your enjoyment in doing it, and that takes so much out of you. And there and listening to someone doing a stream or anything that you can tell that they're just exhausted and they don't want to be there. You talk about something that'll take your numbers down in a hurry. No one wants to hear that either.
Yeah,
And
don't want that negativity. And sometimes it's hard, I've been in a stream where I'm like, I'm having a good time, but like maybe I'm just tired and I've hit a wall. And then I'm like, oh shoot. But I always apologize. I'm like, sorry guys, I am tired.
yeah, yeah, but you've built up a
So
you've built up a following now. I mean, you got a good following, so people probably know, and they'll stick with you through it.
yes, that is the hope. Everybody goes through things too.
Yeah,
So it's nice that I have built a community that is a wonderful community that's very supportive of me.
it is. Having a community online and having kind of followers as a cosplayer and getting it out there, uh, are there any similarities to that? Or is it very much a different animal?
There are similarities. Again, there's parallels to it, but I find that the community, at least I've been able to build a community more, I think, in VTubing and like making a Discord and talking and
Mhm.
playing games like that. I think it's felt easier in a way, I suppose.
Yeah,
But I didn't really do that with cosplay, I guess. I do tell everybody, you know what I mean? I don't hide that I'm a cosplayer. I don't hide my face. Personally, I'm like, here's my cosplay if you want to go look at it.
yeah,
And then when I had my cosplay, I've told people, it's like, hey, I made a VTubing thing if you want to go follow that, if you're into that. So here you go.
yeah. It's well, we're gonna have the links up in the description for the video, so folks can
Yeah.
check all that out because
Yeah, you can check out both if
yeah,
you'd like.
yeah. Now, would you help out somebody else on a cosplay if they asked for like a commission type deal?
For cosplay, I don't do commissions.
Mm.
I've never done it. I think I've done it like maybe once before I did something small. I don't have the time for myself.
Mm.
So I don't have the time to do it for anybody else. And I'm a
Ah.
perfectionist. So I take a lot of time to do something. I'm a little bit slow sometimes and I want it to be perfect. And if I feel like it's not, I I'm like, here's the crappy item that I made for you. So that you paid money for. So I don't want to do that. Plus it's a lot of pressure when I already pressure myself for my own things. I
Right.
just don't.
Yeah. It's and looking at somebody else's vision and doing something is a lot different than doing your own.
Yes, yeah.
So some people can really thrive in it, um, but trying to live up to somebody else's expectations when you don't
Oh
really
yeah,
know where they
it's a
are.
lot.
No, I want furrier. No, I don't want it that much. I want it browner. No, no. That's here. Take it. It's done.
Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't be able to. Like, I've helped friends with, um, with cosplay.
Yeah.
Usually anytime I'm like, yeah, I'll help you, and then somehow I wound up doing that part for them entirely, and I'm like, I'll just do it. So,
Ah, you're that
um,
you're that person on the group projects you want in your group. So you'll do all the stuff, and we'll just watch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I try not to do that anymore, just because it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah, you try.
I try, yes.
You're not fooling me. I'm just incompetent enough where I'm just kind of waiting for somebody to take over.
Yeah, I
Y'all
try
really
not
want
to
me to
be
turn
like
this
that.
in? Because I'll turn it in.
I-
That's I took some online classes and had some group projects, and I can tell you, if you're doing online classes and somebody asks you to do a group project, drop out. It'll just save you the trouble because you're going to end up doing all of it
Yeah,
yourself. Eh,
sometimes yes.
Yes. So what's the big goal for you right now? What are you going to focus on for the next near future?
I've just been trying to focus on my content. I've been pushing more, making clips and things like that. I didn't do before, just mostly because I didn't have time, and I was like, nobody really wants or needs that. But then I was like, no, this some of these are funny because like I don't
Yeah.
always find myself funny because when you look back at yourself, you're always critiquing. But
I look back
obviously,
and
people
some people look
think
back.
I'm funny in some way.
Sometimes I look back and cry. Like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
why did I do
But
that?
why did I do that? But I've just been pushing it more. I'm like, okay, I'll make this a video. If someone likes it, someone likes it.
Yeah.
There's things that I like, things that I thought were funny, maybe, or things that were pretty crazy. Sorry, it's my dog in the back. And I'm like, okay, let me just let me push this out there. So I've
Yeah.
been focusing on that more, trying to get clips, pushing them out there.
Hmm.
That allows more people to see me. Not everybody can catch me streaming.
Yeah.
So they're able to at least see the little snippets of like what I'm all about.
Yeah. And it is basically, I use the term again, marketing.
Yes.
It is that's the free advertising that you get free and not you're not paying for it, but you pay for it in work, but
Yes.
you don't have to spend green things on it for the most part, and it hopefully it will draw people in and have them come over and say, oh, I really like this. Let's see what the live stream is about. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it does help you get to that point, no, that you do have to reach out for the audience every once in a while. You can
Yep.
organically grow to a certain level, and then it's very tough to go from that point. Um, and if you find your audience first and throw the bait in, then you bring them back and hook them. Otherwise, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Otherwise you don't have anything on your hook, and you're just kind of sitting there on the and
Yes, exactly. Got to
wait,
bring you
yeah,
right onto my hook.
wait for the fish to show up. Like, oh well. That's well. It sounds to me like this is really right up your alley. Um,
Yes.
You're just such a fun person to talk to,
Thank you.
and I always talk about person's voice. You've got a great voice for it,
Ah.
and you've got one of those voices you can hear you smile when you do,
No.
and that makes a big difference. That really does create that more of a personal experience when you're talking to somebody, whether you're one on 40 or whatever, one on you know people will immediately be comfortable with that, and that's such a big thing. Is
It is, and
it,
it's crazy because I hate my own voice.
uh,
I hate it.
yeah.
And and I've never liked it. So when people are like, "Oh, I really like your voice," or like, "I find you're cozy," and I'm like, "What? Are we watching the same person? What, what do you sure?"
Well, that's the thing. You live with your voice 24/7,
Yeah.
but you also dead by daylight 24/7. But you keep doing that.
It's true. That is true.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on because it's great to talk with you, and I think that you've got a really good setup, this mindset, and it sounds like you've got things balanced out pretty good. Um,
I'm trying to.
it's 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 hard to be sensible about some things and still enjoy yourself, and
Yeah.
not drive yourself or somebody else up a tree. Um, Sounds like you've got that pretty well down, and I really anything I can do for you, although it's probably not going to be much. Just let me know and keep me updated on what's going on with you. Okay?
Yeah, of course. I appreciate it. I do this because obviously I love it, and then I've met incredible friends, and I've met, built, like I said, a community. These are things that I never thought that I would have.
Well, now you got it. Now what are you going to do with it?
I do. I'm gonna cherish it.
Hang them all on hooks.
I'm hanging them all up. I'm hanging everybody up.
Moonvale, thank you so much for coming on, and again, check out all the links in the description for this video, and hope we can talk again sometime.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.